up of mid, and it's all on the player's end. Mail, but Minny holding on, still within the corner, able to get the first pick and control of Spike.
A little bit of more time on the Toxin as well. Now a double up from Mail.
Lovely flash out. The player's coming alive in the server, but it's mostly on Gentlemate's side. Ruxic knows that the game is up and has to pick up an ultimate orb, a concession, and perhaps another ultimate orb coming his way. That's whether he can get a kill or whether he's going to be taken out.
Head on the shoulders of Marteen, but Ruxic won through the body. 4 headhunter bullets left, 3 more targets.
Still having to really hold on to this site all alone. Nobody able to try and support the outlaw. Not going to really work out, but Minny elsewhere towards ramp gets a pick of his own. So numbers still even here.
Yeah, much better pace change from NAVI. Great use of the dog and the moment blind. Problem is, Spike hasn't crossed the site just yet.
And that's a huge problem because the smoke has dissipated and Minny's come straight out, denying that Spike in no man's land. Ruxic, a huge component as he tries to walk up through CT. He does catch bipo, but the trade's good. Mates doing well to keep control of this round or stay in it.
Ruxic creating a distraction so the spike plant can come through. Gentlemate's looking to retake some of this space through ramp, and you have to still be looking at the Omen blind available here.
NAVI worried about the elbow position. Hiro taking stand there. He's had a clutch from there before. We've seen it highlighted. It always seems like his map, but with Filu to support, this should be easy enough. NAVI have just seen the two players panic now towards heaven that they're really pushing. That's where Gentlemate's made their stand and the retake. But it's towards site we look at. 4 bodies strong now are the defence. A nice combination through Molly and Nade. And Filu's entry looking good as well. A player who we highlighted as perhaps someone that needs to pick up the performances. It seems as if he has been. Spike goes down. The players of NAVI have everything under control as they keep themselves ahead in the player count, but they need to get this round done and over with. Seems as if they've got the capability to do that. It's just Marteen on his outlaw. A player who can show what he's got, given the opportunity. Well, there's the first. Needs to consider the player above him. His sociable does mention sociable.
Hands of Marteen, first line contact. Ruxic walks in, shot through the wall does damage, but Ruxic finds the opening pick.
I mean, Gentlemates have control of the mid portion of the map, but NAVI want nothing to do with it. Priority, let's hit back on towards A, where loads of success has been had, so we look at GLYPH. Smoke's going out, the showstopper should be easy to clear him, but it does not hit. And now the players trying to force back out, a very quick take, but one which NAVI are prepared for, and that Spike should be able to go down.
Yeah, now holding in a 5 versus 2 with the op trying to retake in. Mates, it's in
4
there.
split, always a weird map I find. 5 players outside of B, NAVI, brute force, and one which has consistently worked, but this time Marteen is going to be able to stop NAVI and the supporting cast getting into sight.
Right now, this insert which just leads you to believe that A isn't the final destination, but as he's called back through market, their sights are set on this side of the map.
Yeah, there will be a little bit of delay in the smokes getting here though, so that's what's stopping NAVI really executing. And GLYPH is in position with the paranoia and it's being used, but it's Hiro out of main that's most important. Is once again NAVI's attack looks good, but the spike up in him is a problem, and they need to try and get through GLYPH. I think that's it. A complete blunder from the attack, and Gentlemates are back within 1. The support of Viper player in the corner. Oh, the dog broken. He's got an opportunity now. Marteen hitting his shot on the operator. We roll it back towards mid where bipo gets one of his own. But Shao's double up might have just saved NAVI. It's just GLYPH holding on. The human, the hopes and dreams of this round put on the IGL, the captain for Gentlemates, and as they peek out, the shot's not necessarily hitting, and GLYPH trying to escape and can't do so. So that spike will go down, and we're into a 2v2.
Yeah, Gentlemates didn't rotate even though they had the information. Marteen retaking with the Yoru ult.
And starxo not considering the sociable not considering the recommit. Shao has went elsewhere, and yeah, it's just going to be an easy defuse. Gentlemates are back all even.
That's ridiculous. Marteen just threads his way through the whole priority just to give up middle and play towards the sites themselves. starxo arriving the B defense, but here is the showstopper from bipo, chasing down Navi and not finding the kill. How is Shao still alive?
No clue, and he's been able to keep a whole lot of his health. NAVI now look towards B.
Starting to flood into the tower now as smoke is dropped, and starxo trying to play behind it, but he's caught first, and hiro onto another. Glyph exposed on the railing, and with that, Navi do respond. A catered attempt through mid, and mates just crumble this time.
Yeah, absolutely. They have
30 seconds left.
I feel as if, like, for the most part, they're having really big problems with delaying and stopping the push when it begins its onslaught. And you would think that that would kind of be made easier through having Marteen's up and available to try and garner that information on the extremities, but it feels as if Ruxic is the real hindrance to that. As now all the remaining players of NAVI want to try and get rid of this operator.
Try as they might, Marteen is knocking them down. One bullet left in the gun and he's got 4. The round is lost regardless, but Marteen might walk away with a highlight package. He's managed to TP away from Shao and has to put more bullets back in the gun before he gets a chance here.
I mean, one
feels
more
like
kill.
This is a wager for a 1v1 or something. Yeah. This is completely disconnected from the round at this point.
Yeah. But GLYPH has been left all alone. He's called for the players to start to rotate elsewhere, but does get the first. TP looks good! Can't quite make the most of it though, and that allows NAVI back in. Showstopper doesn't connect, but it does clear the site, and that's the most important for NAVI to get that pit down and the spike.
Really difficult to clear now. sociablE's got to be careful he doesn't get found, and won't. So it goes 4-on-4, NAVI with an advantage here in post.
Yeah, and that's just not, and that's not numbers-wise, that's because they have the pit. And the fact that Marteen has to try and re-clear with an operator, we know he's quick, but how quick can you really be when you're pushed to the closest of margins, closest of quarters? Nice pop flash out, sociablE comes through, but Minny wins out and Marteen shorty. Okay, NAVI, let's see how you defend the pit. The players now start to move on towards the spike, but hiro and Shao begin to make it work, begin to make it do!
Win them the half.
Oh, that's a good flash, but it actually stopped the remaining players coming out. Marteen, I mean, now they start to re-engage. GLYPH starting to help out. What has happened to mate? It feels as if they've had enough with the upsets, enough of the mistakes, and they put themselves 2 in front.
Seeker is just confirming what we already know to be true. But starxo gets caught as the wall drops. I can't quite remember which one it was, but mates are grouped up here. Ruxic only able to find one.
Toxins going up.
So it's a hiro again.
Yeah, I think he's seen something from that, right? The both smokes already used, trying to create and mark the space in the side that he wants to defend, and is successful in doing so. And keeps NAVI pretty far in front now as they start to sprint ahead. And the pistol round, bipo, I mean, with 26 points of health, you know the writing's on all by himself.
And because this is such a passive perimeter from NAVI, they didn't really have any information. They're just gambling, just rotating. It might have been the correct call for them after all. We didn't see mates do this once, but could it pay off for NAVI on their eco? Shao's going to fall first. There is follow-up here from the rest of the NAVI members. With 20 seconds or so left, the spike is stuck up in the rafters.
At least we're seeing GLYPH with the TP, but he can't escape, and Ruxic being able to thread the needle. Gentlemate's forced back onto the site, and planting safe. It's up to Marteen to hold Overwatch.
Spike planted.
Focusing his crosshair towards the tower block. Ruxic there and posted the eviction notice. Clean first shot from Marteen, and that brings Minny into play to support. Filu's their best to overwhelm. It's going to be a little bit more of the same here, but Shao not blinded, sets up Filu. This potent pair continuing to inflict further damage. RV with an early man advantage.
Seems as if Gentlemates still want to continue on, but there's steps and audibles being given away as they start to move towards heaven.
Yeah, and look at Ruxic's position. So deep towards spawn now, NAVI can just sit on this 3-player stack on the A site. Hero's got to be careful he doesn't overexpose himself, and with back turned, still he will survive. A graze across the cheek for now, as mates haven't been able to fully punish this NAVI defensive line.
Oh, but yeah, but there's a space, there's a gap, as if they start to walk towards CT, this could be the winning condition, the winning chance for Gentlemates to get that spike down.
Really depends what the pathing looks like, though, because there is a trademark up in B Heaven. Shouldn't be clearing anyone here. Ruxic's tying things down by making sure no players crossing from vent, and the rest of Navi playing from sight left, because they know that that's how they win the round should things head in that direction. Mates do have the gap, though.
Yeah, and they've taken it well. The thing is Navi is starting to get a bit of an idea about how this round is going to be set up. That spike planted towards CT, but Gentlemate's not really taking up the opportunity to have that space. Two players committed towards the site. starxo the only one holding on to the CT portion. Navi approaching from so many different lanes.
It's been all so quiet, and that's where trepidation starts to set in for Gentlemates on this comeback in the second half. Marteen dictating the pace of the smoke, but Ruxic now sighted for the first time in the round. Op in hand. That cannon creeping closer as Shao's managed to find one up in the heaven, making it a double. 3 for him on the round, and 3 targets for GLYPH to find. He's the young star of a French opponent. Here is Hiro, though, and trying to make his move. It's Filu supported instead. Showstopper active, fake out, trying to bait something, but Marteen gets none of it at all. Filu finds his target, and Gentlemate's mixed investment doesn't look to come up to much here.
Yeah, where's GLYPH off to?
He's managed to get out on B, at the very least, and past the sightline of Ruxic for now.
Oh.
Traded information, and that's where Ruxic will find GLYPH in the end. Navi looking set for double digits at this point, Cairo.
Yeah, Gentlemates really, that 1 versus 1 was really important because they've lost all space now, and starxo
But instead, Marteen taking the fastest possible route to gain access to B. Filu finding a kill on the opposite extremity. Shao dropping in the midst of the fumes, and Hiro is still alive. That was a problem until bipo introduced himself. Now Gentlemates have all of the control and the B site at their disposition.
Oh, bipo can't quite catch the last 2 remaining players off. At least starxo is. So, and a 3 versus 2 advantage still kept for the attack. And planting open, maybe not to be advised considering how close Navi are.
Oh, timing on Filu. Just looked away from GLYPH, but now they know of each other's presence. It's GLYPH that goes out to win the duel. And with it, maybe the chances of Navi's
really convinced that they have quality. I mean, I knew they had quality in the server, but you know what I mean, Hazza? They're showing the qualities that I expect of a VCT team.
Yeah.
Maybe all doubts that I had coming into this one have been
ready
solved.
to end the map here and now. This position is going to get assaulted towards. Leaves the range of his TP, and with that all safety lost, you can see that Navi are partnering up here. It's Shao again through elbow. GLYPH trying to Gentlemates with the early advantage.
Yes, the progression from the other lane, though, we're seeing from Navi, which actually works against him. Marteen with a shot, even though he's completely hindered. And this pistol round looks like a great start for Gentlemates. This is how they started out, split as well. Pretty good.
Yeah, has it been 1v5 good though, Cairo? That's the question. Minny still has this trap up, so they know about him early.
I do. First side. Now the main push of Navi make their way in. And Filu, once again with the entry, is looking good. But elbow being taken, the M8 back in. And this could be a bonus round conversion, which Navi do not want. It seems as if that is going to be the case though. As Hiro has to clutch up. 1 versus 3. See as the players start to move towards the A site. How well stocked it is in terms of what is needed, stars and the likes, and I mean there was Cypher utility to know if there was anybody coming from the other extremity of Art. But overall, it's netted nothing. Still 5v5 in the server.
Yeah, Gentlemates with 4 bodies in position to try and defend A here. Spy cam left behind by Minny in middle, that's what ties all of this together. Shao full sticking the plant and Na'Vi moving to post. They have plenty of utility to drop back on here, but that's if they can find stronger post-plant positions. Minny's already managed to cut Filu out of the site and Ruxic not too far behind. The double duel is disposed of, and now the last 3 remaining members all set up with their util.
Yeah, that they are, but it's the bodies, the numbers that's going to be in Gentlemate's favour, and they continue to make it work.
Shao one more. Still has the pull available on cooldown. Have numbers there early to backfill. Glyph with a fake this time, and he drops to Filu.
This is what we were looking for Gentlemates at the moment, as we, sorry, not for Gentlemates, for Na'Vi, right? They find themselves an advantage, clear out of all his A site. That spike can go down. Just note that there is the Neon that can easily start to come back in of bipo. And starxo takes a timing! Lovely spray transfer! At least Hiro able to create a foundation for this post plant. We look at Minny to try and clutch up himself.
Yeah, Na'Vi in a 3 versus 1, and they have plenty of utility here. Stars on the spike, and 1 salvo left on Social. Into a crowd behind smoke. Doesn't look like he's found anything from that, though. No damage either, really. In front of the setup, the Waylay ult gonna hit him afterwards. Trade still not coming through. Filu able to TP out of dodge, and bipo finally drops to Ruxic, but it's a 4 versus 2 situation. Make that 4v1. Shao left with it all to do. Spike on his shoulders. His Cypher setup, 1 trap placed and ready for a player crossing in. Ruxic's over the top and Minny's stunned up. It's the fake out which he connects to, so that reveal doesn't do all too much. Ruxic slaughtering Marteen in the background. Minny's not too far behind. Na'Vi accelerating into this B site, knocking down every Gentlemates player along the way. It's been too long in the lockdown as well. Ruxic does drop early. Armageddon, sorry, that's the one.
Yeah. At this moment in time, though, the difference in this round is that Na'Vi are trying to play with the condition in their set. Although that Nightfall will probably deal with it, as both players do get caught by a Nightfall.
They have info on this mid portion. That's where Gentlemates then focus their efforts towards long. Filu lands the flash, but the shots are messy. 4 versus 2 situation. 3 of those players on Gentlemate's side are on the site here. One of them bipo with the ult, the stun B.
It's just this trap that gives the information straight away, an ultimate, an Armageddon thrown in. And you know that Minny will find it hard to hold on to this, although does still get a kill. And is there a pocket in which to work with? No, there's not. It's great usage to gain control of the site, but look at starxo in B heaven, as well as Hiro coming from behind. Who gets there first? Who activates first? It seems to be Hiro. Still 3v3. The site under siege as Gentlemates try to get out quick, and Marteen trying to find his next duel quickly. It doesn't come his way as both players duck and dive and dodge away from the Phoenix. The time ticking away, and Marteen, now the onus on him to try and dice up these fights. So well played, the turret for contact, but that doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. Lockdown now committed. Hiro knows that he's got time, but he needs to get on towards that spike. Well, there could have been a defuse. Instead, Marteen forced away. That spike about to explode, and Na'Vi will find their third.
Towards the mid position, Na'Vi have been drawing success from here, a conduit for their results. Hiro can only trade out the body of the Phoenix player, and with that bipo, catches the next. 5 versus 3 situation. Great adaptation from Gentlemates.
Everyone begins to walk back towards mid to see if Gentlemates have taken anything up. But that neuro theft, I mean, it's next to nothing in terms of investments for ultimates. And that will give all the information that this mid-rounding is needed for the defense to start to gain the round themselves. Although Na'Vi do want to fight it. And there's ultimate being sent in by either, sorry, utility sent in from either side is awkward. And one that allows Na'Vi back into the round. I was looking at GLYPH now.
High gear. And sociablEE planting open. He's going to be looking for a reposition, likely towards long, it seems, in the close corner. The question is, does he have a salvo this time?
That is the question. And for bipo, Question is does he realise the position of the tail? Yeah, there is no salvos, it has to be on the gunfights. bipo now trying to clear all the way through towards CT, and even through heaven. Time is getting low.
sociablEE doesn't want to use the salvo either because it would give away his position. He has the drop here on bipo.
That he does. Looking to swing out to watch a few up Paco from the coach slot. And now the players continue with their brawling. And unfortunately, they're getting dealt a lesson here. Don't try and fight too much or you'll find yourself forced all the way back. Marteen in the middle of no man's land. At least Minny gets a rifle back into his and drops a trap to mark his sight.
Very difficult position for him to try and play from, though. Waylay ult is available here for NAVI. And in the meantime, GLYPH has been spotted on the back line. This can buy a lot of space, a lot of time for Gentlemates. And you can see what Minny's doing with that already. Brilliant shot onto sociablEE.
Does bring things back on side, and the spike noted now, so Minny still sticks around. Thinking there's going to be a re-engage. There is. Filu walks out, wins the duel, and the duelist opening up what could be the round for NAVI. Back in. We're going to even see a Waylay ultimate committed, the last round in which you can do so, and well, you can see right now, there is no escape for the fate of starxo.
Not cleared.
Oh. And that's going to be a nice shoot. Nobody even going through elbow to clear out. The starxo walks round, gets the spike denied. Hiro does get GLYPH though, which means it's all up to starxo. Needs to connect the shots in Hiro low. So is the time. But starxo peeking out with his prowler. He's just trying to buy time. Make sure that Hiro's committed to the spike. Near sights the KG, or what I thought was
priority of their early game plan. NAVI needing this pistol round. It starts off with Marteen drawing first blood, but sociablEE equal to it. Fract active, but nowhere for Ruxic to fall back to. Out in the open, it's another starxo double.
Oh, he is now committed to a deep position, trying to get that spike down. Hiro trying to take his time in, but not to be advised. Gentlemates look to win another pistol round. This would be 3 out of 4.
Spike planted.
Shao in position for the 1 versus 3, but the crossfire is difficult to cut up. Has a star from which to work, but as the Nebula drops in main, that's an issue. Hang on. Shao in play. Second shot from Shao. Minny walks in. As critical as you can be, it's a very well-worked clutch from Shao that may not amount to much if NAVI aren't careful here. bipo is very quickly encroaching on the site with a Spectre in hand. And there you have it. Gentlemates losing another second half pistol, but the round directly following it is theirs.
Spike planted.
I mean, it's the exact same as Split. Although a Shao 1 versus 4, one better than his last round, would be incredible.
Can he possibly do it again? The first one onto Marteen isn't clean. And I don't think GLYPH is going to be having any of this. Just telling to his players not to make a mistake, tread lightly. Marteen on low HP is the one let off the hook, as you can see. He's trying to find Shao here, who equally so is late to clear out Flowers, and will find Marteen in the end. It's just saving the Bulldog, I suppose. Up with this early space. Doesn't look like too much of a change up here from NAVI either in terms of how they're fighting it. Ruxic puts his body on the line early, but so does Hiro. That's an overextension. Punished on B.
Minny just runs out though. And with just a sheriff in hand, gets easily picked out. He walks all the way up B long.
Deceptive of this. Shao problem. I think so. The question is, can NAVI actually cut off the spike? It doesn't look like they can. As the majority of their players and Ruxic grouping up through art. starxo finds the all-important frag onto Filu, and that might just be it. Not unless NAVI can fight their way out of a very difficult spot right now. sociablEE creeping closer. It's Marteen on default that they are yet to find. And when he strikes, the round has concluded in my mind. Little left to be done here for Ruxic. He has managed to get behind almost every player on the Gentlemates side, though. I was thinking maybe there's a world where he could have gone for a ninja there, perhaps. But it is a very fleeting thought.
Yeah, I think Glyph still has an Astra start in pocket. We won't get to find out as he's put to the Gentlemates once again get this A main for free, and they're going to try and use the run it back to try and assault in.
Marteen was really respecting the utility in front of him there before the operator bullet puts him down. And Gentlemates have already threatened this A execution so many times as they conditioned it in the first 3 rounds. So back into a slower pace default. Ruxic the first to show face, but even supported by the Nova Pulse, can't find the opener.
See, my Gentlemates now try and clear through mid. That's where sociablEE stands all alone. There is a turret for contact, but can he win the duels? It seems as if he's going to be able to at least get one and get away. So bipo gone, no gap close. Is that going to be an issue?
Ooh, sociablEE gives his life up for it.
I know exactly where
starxo's dropped, and with the neural theft invested, Gentlemates have a better idea of the picture here. They want to accelerate into hiro now as he plays from the pit. He's going to get spammed out by starxo, and mates have an advantage in post.
How they do? Well, the last remaining couple of players, good shots coming through. NAVI, I mean, trying to retake into Gentlemates, but it's not to be advised now. As the advantage for the attack is there. Yeah, straight towards the garage with Filu and it's just a little bit lucky there. It seems so far people just trying to be a little bit too aggressive, and Gentlemates pretty surgical in the way they're coming back in. But look at Ruxic, he is like a homing missile towards this C-long. First player up is low, the headshots hit, a slide available but a trade there. Gentlemates find themselves 2-1 in this post plant.
sociablEE double shock though, and damage on both players.
Yeah, that's true, but it's whether he really wants to bring out this shock. It looks pretty decent. Does not gain the kill though. The second shock should be good, but doesn't actually hit Glyph. So still, bipo now needs to look towards the break. But as you can see, everything's starting to be ready. Gentlemates do want a bit of this. They do want to try and challenge the Astra. A spray through the smoke, next a kill. Or a couple of them, I should say. Spike now in the back of Jet. So now, what can starxo get done, or what can both players get done, is Filu's trying to find something, trying to get a kill. Does have a TP out, instead opts not to use it and would rather try and fight and escape elsewhere. Double up here, and one that bipo will fall victim to. So starxo with a sheriff clutch. It's going to be a tough ask, to be honest. And to be honest, right, momentum, Haven, that's the big component of it. sociablEE does get rid of bipo, and there's going to be even ultimates thrown into the mixer. But look at the omen so far. Marteen very far in front as the spam comes through. sociablEE, it's all about starxo now. Importance put on him. Unfortunately, it now leaves Minny in a 1 versus 4 clutch. So with utility set in his way, I mean the big one being the stunt, there's not a lot of opportunity to escape to a long position. I mean, with smokes up, you wouldn't necessarily want to.
With the rolling thunder, but NAVI playing off site have their own Astra ult to come in for this retake.
Yeah, they're going to flood back in to the backside spot. Although, still more utility to be sent forward by Gentlemates, but one which NAVI can try and deal with. Good flash from Filu, one which actually nets him a kill. And now we look at Shao.
Filu bring out an outlaw to punish here. His TP isn't too close to support if he opts to leave, but he does stick around to find bipo at least initially.
And then gets out of dodge. Hiro trying to spam through, doesn't net anything, but the sheriff shots look good. Not again! It seems as if Gentlemates have some sort of ability to curse their opponents when they go into thrifty rounds. Some of the players still sticking with the sheriff.
Look, let's not talk Gentlemates and curses just yet. sociablEE has a 1 versus 3.
Unfortunately,
Gentlemates look to be playing this correctly.
Yeah, he's been noted, right? And you don't want to give anything away to a clutch. Shots not.
Taking the long fight and winning it onto bipo. So, NAVI with an early advantage. Filu yet to be tested, and key initiating utility wasted to try and clear him off. So, a 5 versus 3 for NAVI. This is where Hiro's got to be careful. does have the heads up on Minny, and that should be a freebie.
It should be, and it does give away the information on the last two players. So Hiro straight away position himself to take the brawl or take the fight on the last two players. They're trying to get in towards C, and it's good delay.
Yeah, he's already absorbed the brunt of this push, so the rest of the NAVI players very quickly embed themselves in C long alongside him in support. Gentlemates really don't have anywhere to go. They need to find some extra ground. And in amongst the madness, starxo finds himself in no man's land. GLYPH trying to fight back into this.
Shao just escapes towards backside.
Gentlemates using the elevation to get in, but Shao playing right underneath it, yet to be revealed as marteen jumps from either side and does get caught out in the end. Hiro arriving in perfect time, and sociablEE happy to invest this ult into the tightly packed lane yet again. That is a mistake from Ruxic. A bit of an overcommitment there out into the open. Drone should be cancelled through the shot here. Filu has the support.
Minis find a way. Hiro now all on C alone, plenty of utility to support. I mean, that teleport not going to be used now from Filu. So with the site taken and Spike to go down, where does Navi look next?
Gentlemates have an open plant, and they're also still holding on to this rolling thunder. GLYPH is so important in stopping a retake attempt.
Yeah, he needs to be able to make sure that does connect. Cosmic Divide and Dimensional Drift could be used for Navi to get back in. Filu given the information back, but as the players start to make their move, this is going to be problems because Shao's able to get back. Oh, the back site now, that's where the moves are being made. The Rolling Thunder gone, but it's two players, two duelists now trying to make their way back in. I think they're not going to try and attempt it. Happy with what they've got and allowing Gentlemates to have the round.
Yeah, that's really, really nicely played from Gentlemates. Saw the ideas. Ruxic has got in behind, and Navi is still checking spawn for this ult.
Oh, that's nice. It's been set up for the updraft and dash, and well, Shao immediately gets an easy kill off the back of it. You could see Hiro a little distracted about the back of sight.
Ruxic.
Yeah, if there was going to be an Omen ult, but Ruxic, what has happened there? A disaster. A player who's usually good for hitting finally decides to use a sledgehammer for what a job that could have been done by a screwdriver, right? He could have just hit those shots earlier on, made it easier for himself.
But now he's sat in their spawn, and Gentlemates don't know what to do. They've cancelled their plans, and it looks like they're going to be taking this round off Cairo with just one more left to play. Yeah. I can't say I know for certain what the money looks like, but you'd assume it's not in the best of states. GLYPH at the very least wins the duel on Ruxic, which stops matters getting any worse. But that was a really nice aggressive move from the duelist.
And
to take this in the second half. Opdual won by bipo. That's a huge pick on sociablEE.
Oh, Ruxic. Lucky though, because Shao's still been able to sit here. Plenty of damage. That has been the case. As Filu now the perhaps saving grace from Navi. Lovely shot.
But the spike has to cross.
It does.
Minny gets the line first.
Yeah, the fact that Minny had the line first, Filu, I thought for a moment, may be able to make it work for him like he did in the last engagement, but it's Hiro now playing within the smokes, playing within the traps, and well, it seems as if he's the one who's going to come out on top. Ruxic to support, and on a 2-on-2, that spike has to head elsewhere. How have Gentlemates let this one go again?
Marteen placed a smoke like he was the Jet player TPing into the site, but it gave Hiro a room from which to work.
Oh no.
He's going to attempt this, but there's just no chance, no time. Hang on. Yeah, Minny's holding up the rest of the map with this dive down middle. The Canary in the coal mine, first sign of danger. 3 players on the site, the 4th body's with the paranoia, and as it's sent in by Marteen, only Ruxic on the ground. Navi very slow in their approach towards this site, and as they step back out, it's just Shao for a moment to incite violence on these teams. The ones doing that here, though, are Gentlemates, and unfortunately enough for you, Cairo, it doesn't look to be a good start, but starxo! Well, the stars have aligned here. He finds 3. Fully conserving the numbers, playing for a retake situation here. Shao's got to make sure he breaks that nano, or it's going to be a bit of a
30
problem
seconds left.
in delaying the time.
Well, with the molly gone and the information
Spike
given,
planted.
Spike is down. So we look at how Gentlemates come back in towards the site. Shao already trying to prepare stars, but he's prepared hero for a 1 versus.
Have this Killjoy setup, which a lot of the time has been holding up a lot of the space. bipo aggressive for the first time. Gentlemates actually want to dive bomb in, hit the C site. 5 players strong against the captain.
Oh, and he's sticking around for it, playing from logs. The smoke just came in at the wrong time as Ruxic had got a notice on the breach, and unfortunately for him, he's off the board. So I think we should expect now that NAVI should have the goods to take the round, and with Filu finding marteen, it certainly looks to be the case. The Cosmic Divide, an issue, and one which Gentlemates could not get overcome.
Yeah, Gentlemates are playing for exits more than just truly saving here, because they already have quite a lot of money from the last 4 rounds or so. And any damage is going to be good damage for NAVI.
Angel at least repairs his
some disadvantages at times, and well, here it's a quick rotation to A, which is well supported.
That it is, and one which, well, you look at starxo playing in front of that Hunter's Fury, he's one out. So Gentlemates once again get the entry kill, and have infested this A site, looking to create a defensive line as the players begin to swing through. It is NAVI to win out all the duels and put themselves into a post plan. Can Minny give us something to celebrate? It's a no. And now bipo's ultimate. Ultimate? This is op instead, not. Oh, and unfortunately for Filu, once the attack side op will be a problem now. Is NAVI now forced to just execute?
The one guarding it, first line of contact broken. Still have Minny in this close corner though, and starxo following it up only finds 1. NAVI at 2-on-2, big dueling garage, and hiro wins it. The 11th is calling their name. bipo has to pull off a miraculous attempt, or NAVI are in the driver's seat at the end of Haven.
Do not doubt him. Blades out. It can be very, very fast and quick. Starts to already go down. And grab well used.
Buys a little bit of time for NAVI, but this utility surplus is not infinite. Cage up allows hiro to get close, and Shao to play for this double swing, but bipo and NAVI have to recollect their thoughts as it's a fast B-pop they're going for this time.
Very quick, and Molly's being burned through. Spike should be able to, yeah, there it is, start to be attempted. And I mean, you look at the site, the surrounding aspects of it, Gentlemates are ready.
Rolling Thunder sweeping in. Filu finding 1 and getting out of dodge though. TP's back to the rest of the pack. NAVI in a strong position, but no late lurk, no extra wing conditions. Garage control yet to be taken by either team as the turret lays vacant. Either side of the smoke, the spike has still not been worked on by Gentlemates, and time is starting to wear thin. That clock's already halfway done. The detonation imminent. Marteen finally drawing first blood, and Gentlemates crashing through, but it's Filu who has it fall on deaf ears. What a reposition round the corner.
Come back in. bipo's operator will get the first again.
Yeah. Might not have that cavalry in time. Looks like he will now.
Yeah, bipo does manage to grab Shao, so the trade is there. Players, though, are already through on site, and that's allowed them to set up the post plant. That's the worrying part about Gentlemates, is the retakes have not been convincing once NAVI gets set up.
Stun to set up this overall as well. Got to be looking for it here, starxo.
Yeah, hiro tries to stop the players flooding out, but it is overwhelming. In fact, sociable. Good for a frag or 2. Millie will get his first here, but that spike is being worked on. 6 ultimates in the server, and 3 of them already ripped. And Gentlemates opening up the account of kills by themselves to the good. GLYPH holding on to the edge of the smoke. Gentlemates trying to hold on to just the A site in general, and so successful in doing so.
Yeah. NAVI just wanted to brute force it. And it comes back to that decision from the previous round. starxo 2 on B, which is currently not being watched.
Yeah, but the alarm bot is doing the work for the players. And this is where we expect NAVI to really not have a chance, right? Because now they're known about. They're trying to maybe test their luck, get a pick or two, but they're giving away their positions in the meantime. And with the announcer telling how much time is left, the spike will be attempted.
Yeah, Filu the one just trying to push the envelope as much as possible and find a kill here. Last round of play. Shao wants to do something with this Astra ult, but it's yet to be revealed right now. Filu moving into backside again.
Players walking out. Filu does get one of his own. Shao with a couple makes this worrying. Still has the grab well.
Obvious choice was for Filu to just rotate, but he's set up Ruxic, who could be onto a winner. First shot lands. Stun.
Again, stars are placed. Cypher utilities down, and contact has been taken.
Hiro set up here as Minny leads the charge of his reinforcements back into the site. Reveal has caught him. Hiro dead in the back of Plat, and Shao can't follow it up immediately. But that one onto Minny is an issue. GLYPH halved in health as that shot will land. starxo spammed within an inch of his life. Gentlemate's barely hanging on in this one, but GLYPH has to step up. If not, starxo. He's already done his job, and now it is just the pole left in the 1v2.
He's so far away.
He's taking the long wraparound to see, and it doesn't look like NAVI have read into this at all. A first dink lands onto sociablEE. That brings up the ult, and Filu can't afford to take a single pulse from this Sova ability. He has to respect it the whole way along, and on the half stick... Again, this Killjoy util that's trying to tie it all together. Hiro, the only one disconnected, late through Garage, could be key. NAVI still a little slow in their way up. In fact, it is Hiro who will strike first. The initial blood of the round with only 25 seconds left to spare. All of NAVI are here, and Gentlemates have to hold their ground. GLYPH good for 2, but 2 just won't cut it. Minny now in the hot seat as bipo's trying to chase things up. Minny getting 2, in fact. And it's another 1 versus 1.
At least the spike's able to go down, but you can see bipo is so quick.
Already closing the gap, and sociablEE knows it. Playing to the boxes, wrap around logs. Timing is everything here for sociablEE, and he will